What's up, guys? Mr. No Soups back today with another video. Today we are back with episode 2 of the X Factor series, where I talk about all 30 teams and I try and point out a player that I think could really change the aspect of the team or could be important if you're a championship contender and you're not the obvious names, and what can sort of bring you to the next level. Today I'm talking about the Portland Trailblazers with Deni Avdija, who was traded for the 14th overall pick. And before getting any further, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful day, and let's get right into the content, right? So what can Deni bring? So Deni's off his best season of his career by far. 15, 7, and 4 on 51 from the field, 37 from 3, and 74 from the line. All career highs, basically. And this guy's shown tremendous improvement with about a steal and a block. Again, great two-way player. So let's sort of get right into it, right? So coming up here, talking about Deni, the scorer. I think Deni's actually really, really good when it gets to getting to the rim and getting his shot off, right? So he gets the slower Al Horford. Poole tries to do a little touchscreen, right? And Drew sort of just goes, okay, I'll commit to sticking with Poole. And this is just a tough finish, right? But I think for a team like Portland, stuff like this is huge because it can fundamentally help out these young guard wings that need someone else that can help create for themselves easily without necessarily needing the ball all the time, right? Kispert's getting the ball here. Deni sinks out to the wing, gets Cornette, right? And Cornette commits here on the jump. So then Deni does a little fake out, waits his time, gets the and one. And that right there is just beautiful basketball. And the thing I like too is how his catch and shoot has gotten better and how they're, again, working on improving his scoring without needing the ball per se. That I think is what's so important, right? Again, like even here, right? You go for the little curl action, right? Kuzma taps on, gets Derek White on him, sinks over. Porzingis doesn't respect the three ball. Boom, drills it, right? That is perfect. And again, transition play, pushing, right? Now Brown commits to him. While Brown is still kind of gathering himself, Deni gathers pass, gets the and one, huge bucket, right? The basketball IQ of Deni is just exponentially increased. And I think even just the way he's been playing is just like more conducive for winning. It's just he's on awful teams. All right, so Bilal pumps, kicks it out. Al Horford doesn't really get a chance to see him. And then he just, again, screw it. I'm going to take it. Tough three, right? But that's what you want to see from your young wing. So, again, how does his scoring help? Well, I think the thing is when you have a Scoot Henderson who's good, they put the chips all in on him, right? He was their number 2 overall or 3 overall pick. He's the point guard of the future for them. I think getting someone like Deni, who's going to turn 24 in January of next year, right? So midway through the season, basically, or about 3/4 of the way through, he will have already sort of gotten antiquated with the team. I think what he does for Scoot is make his life easier, which if you're the Trailblazers, that's all you want to do. Because, again, you're hoping your number 3 overall pick, the guy that, other than Victor, was the most hyped prospect in his draft, gets the opportunity to really showcase himself. So for someone to be a more effortless scorer, to not need the ball as much, I think that's going to be huge. So again, I think another important thing is Deni the passer. Again, do I think he's a great ball handler passer? No. But I think he makes really good plays when you need them, right? So even here, Gafford does a little touchscreen, right? Immediately fades. Still rolling. Deni, instead of keeping it, trying to do something else, touch pass, boom, beautiful bounce, right to Gafford cutting, right? Those are the reads you need to make when you're someone like Deni. And you have guys like Ayton clinging, even here in transition, right? Pushing, which is going to be huge. At 6'9", right? He's a 6'9" small forward. Goes, puts it like a quarterback. The ball to where only his guy can get it and just slams it down. Arguably even an and one with the way DeJounte touches up on his elbow. But again, right? Ball gets out, back to Deni, gets, I think, Jalen Johnson. Okongwu stuck on him, and Kispert's stuck here in the corner, wide open, right? Because they're in a zone. He disrupts the zone, kicks it out to the man. Beautiful corner 3. Those are the quick and easy reads, too, a team like Portland is going to need, just objectively. Like, that is how you help this team. If you make life easier, like even here, this read is beautiful, right? The man's curling. Again, in the zone. Back out to that corner wing. Kicks it out. Now, again, not the best assist in the world. But I think we also have to remember at times it's the reads and the stuff that matters. It's not always just straight up, oh, well, how many assists does he average? Well, if we're doing that, I think that's extremely disingenuous to him. Because I think at the end of the day, it's all about the value you bring as a player. And again, making life easier for a guy like Scoot is going to mean everything. Because if you don't have that, at the end of the day, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do. I think, again, do I think Deni's a superstar, star player and we are just sleeping out? No. I think at his absolute peak, he's like a 1 to 2 time All-Star. Could maybe make an all-defensive team or something like that if he really gets onto a really good roster and they get the, the spotlight to show how good he is. I think at the end of the day, right, Deni, I think, is meant to be a star role player. Like a Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, like, you're supposed to not have this guy be one of necessarily your best players in terms of like, oh, he's my number 2 behind Jokic, or oh, he's my number 2 behind Curry. Like, no, he's meant to be your 3rd to 4th option. But I think these playoffs and the last couple of years have really shown you role players are becoming increasingly more important to these teams that are building. I mean, if you look at like the Nuggets offseason, we talk about how a lot of people view it negatively. Why? Because they've lost guys like Bruce Brown. They've lost guys now like Jeff Green, KCP. Like, they keep losing pieces that help make them so well-rounded and difficult to deal with. That now you're like, now they're losing all these tools and weapons to their kit. What are they going to be able to really do now? Again, I think that's huge. And then I want to talk about him as a defender. I think his hands especially are really, really good. Especially considering it's only his 4th year, right? Eyes back of his head. Sees Paolo's cutting. Immediately, right? Franz, tough pass. Beautiful knock by Deni and starts pushing in transition. I think that's huge too. Again, I think the other thing that Deni can be is a bit of a culture guy. I think he can help bring in some sense of like, let's kind of anchor things down, calm things down, look at things here 1 second at a time. That, I think, is how things can really change for this team, right? They're pushing in transition. Poole does a good job here slowing down Suggs, right? That's excellent. That's perfectly what you want to do. Wendell Carter. Poole jumps. Anthony Black. Deni's waiting. Again, Franz cutting. Just the reads, right? The hands, the disrupting of the passing lanes. For a team that's going to be awful like Portland, right? They're going to suck. They're not going to be good. They're not going to be a team that's secretly playing. But like even here, right? Like Paolo spins right into Deni and Deni takes advantage because Paolo, you can tell, is either going up for that pass to Black or trying to get a tough and one. So again, knocking that out shows the defensive IQ. And I don't think that's ever been the issue with Deni. The issue with Deni is never about his IQ. It's never about can he do the things. I think it's just a matter of does he have the opportunity to do those things? And the answer right now is absolutely not. He's on these terrible teams, but I think it's important to remember that's part of the reason this series exists, right? Because you have all these names. You have Klingon, Scoot, Simons, Sharp, even Ayton, Jeremy Grant, where he's gone. Like, you have all these names. I promise you, Deni Avdija, if we sit here and we say Portland's going in a positive direction, a huge reason it's going to be because Deni Avdija has shown that he is a legitimate part of this future. And I don't want people to think just because, a 4th year player, a guy that's not even 24 yet, right, got traded already from the Wizards of all teams, right? Like a terrible team, that we should just sit there and go, bust, no good. Okay, we move on. He's a good player. I just think he's in the worst situations in the league, and he's just been moved to a different one. And I think that he can really change the way that Portland looks at their situation because I think he's a perfect complementary player. So then it lets you know things about Scoot, Simons, Sharp. It lets you know sort of who can fit with what and how. And how does that impact the way we move forward as a organization? So again, this was episode 2 of the X Factor series. Guys, we hit 800 subs. I want to get to 1K. We're 96 away from 900. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. This was Answer No Soups as always. It's awesome, guys. You guys are the best. And we're going to be talking about my future project in a video coming up. I'm probably going to do another playoff rewind Saturday, but I might do a video in between and just sort of say that's what I'm working on for now. Because there's a really, really, really big project I'm working on that I'm making progress on. So again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.